We are recording.
All right. Well, hey, welcome everybody. August the 18th, 2020, right? About a month before Thanksgiving. How about that? And a couple of months before Christmas. I mean, it's just, it's crazy how time flies, and we've been cooped up since March. So, hey, you know, I continuously get stories and more stories and more stories about the successes that we're having with the leads, and how it seems like the quality of the individual has been, you know, increasing week to week to week, and that's always good. We knew that that was going to happen, and you know, it really is all about consistency, right? It's staying in there and being consistent week after week, month after month, month after month, month after month, and so, you know, whatever you can afford to spend, you know, whatever budgetary, you know, restraints that you might have, spread that out, right? Spread that out so that you can be in there consistently. Don't spend all your money all at one time. So I hear John Crim's on the line here with us. And so what we'll do is we'll go to John, we'll get an update of some things that he's been working on and dying to tell everybody about. So John, my friend, come on off of mute and tell everybody the good news.
Hey everyone, you guys hear me? Okay. So very, very close to getting the back office ready to go for you guys. Just working on getting some stuff situated so you guys can get registered and get connected to your account. One of the cool features we have on it is it's mobile friendly. And so when the contacts will pop up on there, there'll be a couple buttons you can just hit that will bring up your text message right on your phone, where you can just message them there, or there'll be a button that'll bring up your dialer with their phone number in it. So that'll be one of the things that'll help. So there's that. And then there's one thing I want to address that came up recently. I think there's been some kind of misconception of what's going on. So when you get a text message, or if you've gotten one in the past recently about, hey, go and reorder, your leads have been fulfilled. And then I think there's been a thing like, well, what about my bonus leads? When that message comes out, it just means that your order was filled, but there's still going to be bonus leads coming. It's just that the message goes out when the order is filled, because we don't know how many bonus leads we're going to be able to deliver. And so, so I just updated the message that goes out that will say, hey, you know, your bonus leads are still coming. It's just that the what you ordered has been fulfilled. So that's one of the updates as well. Yeah, so I'm hoping by the end of this week we'll have you guys being able to get in and using this. I just got to make sure everything is kind of situated right so that when you go to use it, you're able to get in and access your stuff. So I got some testing to do, because what I don't want to do is open it up and it's not quite working for you guys to get into it, and then I'm getting 200 calls. And then that kind of prevents me from putting some other stuff together too. And so I'm glad you guys are patient with me. And so, yeah, I mean, I don't.
Outstanding, outstanding. So, so it shouldn't be too much longer than is what you're telling us.
No, it's like I have something up and run, and the other piece I got to put in is just some of the training videos and stuff too. But yeah, I mean, I've been spending a lot more of my time helping with getting the lead quality, and that's why there's been a delay in getting this back office. I wanted to make sure that that part of it was getting attention more, because like the back office, a lot of it is just going to access the information you're already getting, that you already know. So that's why there's been less attention to that and more attention to the lead aspect, and making sure that that's being perfected for you guys, so that you're getting new distributors or whatnot. So that's
So John, do you see that the back office is going to enhance the Share Valentis app? Are they going to overlap one another?
Well, see, I didn't, because looking at the way you guys had your system already, I didn't want to compete with what you guys had, because you guys have the email messaging stuff that's already going on. You have all that integrated. And so the only really thing that we could do is have a training aspect and having, you know, just a list that you can see that, yep, these did come through the co-op, or these came from my warmer. There's going to be sectioned off so you can distinguish.
Will we be able to see the follow-up communication that's going out to each one of the co-op leads, the pre-enrollees?
The emails that are going out, that would be something we could put in there that just shows you, hey, these are the different messages out to run that past Rick, because he puts him and Jeff Finn and them guys, they're doing all that following up. And then there are people that respond to those emails, which I do get. And so sometimes when I get those, I'll look up whose lead they are. Right. And I'll forward the response to you guys to say, hey, this one is, I mean, because I've had a few people say, hey, I'm ready to get going. I'm like, okay. Right. Hey, you gotta get hold of this lead. So. Yeah.
So when the back office is up, will those responses, instead of going to you, will those go directly to the coach?
I think we'd have to change some stuff so that the responses go directly to the coach. A lot of our stuff is we wanted them to come back to the websites and the different funnels so they get the new videos and make sure they're plugged in there. But when they do come back to those, you will get a text message saying, hey, this lead has come back. So I think there's a part on that I want to look into is a way where they can just get into their Valentis system from an email or something. I got to look into see if I can do something like that. If they click a link, it puts them right into their Valentis back office.
Gotcha. Yeah, so that
they can sign up. Because that's one of the things I'm seeing is if they're responding, saying I'm ready to go, and I don't think some of you guys even talked to them yet. That's one of the areas I want to see if I can
join
that to just close them for you.
Right. Yeah. Just close them. Just go ahead. And, and it's always nice to know what a prospect has seen and what they haven't seen. So, somebody asked me the other day about, well, what funnel is available? What are prospects actually seeing? And I said, well, tribedemo.com, just go over there, go through each section. There's 3 parts to that funnel and go through it so that you understand it, right? So you understand what it is that prospect is seeing. And when they get to that part number 3 and they've watched the Valentis, thermal roast video, then you know that they've spent some time there, right? They've went through the first video, they've looked at everything. They might have downloaded the book or 2. They've gone to the second video and watched the power line. They've gone to the third video and they've now watched information about the company. So they've spent, 20, 25 minutes over there. And yeah, so if somebody spends that much time, and then of course, knowing what those follow-up communications are, what that prospect is seeing, it really is of a lot of benefit, John, to us, to see what they've seen. So if we can add that in there, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, so I'll see if those guys could put something together that just has like the full list of the emails that go out and when, and then there's times that they'll put something together and blast everyone to get them to come back and different things. And so that's Rick and Jeff, that's their communication skills where they go out and they know what to say to get people interested and stuff. So.
Good.
But I think to kind of touch on why the quality has gone up too is some of the changes that we had made on that first page where we allow them to download a book before filling out their information. And I think that eliminated those that are just looking for a freebie and they don't want to quite put their information in. They'll just take that and leave. So we're not getting that traffic to you guys. That's not getting rotated anymore. I think that's what's helped kind of bring up the quality of the leads that do come through.
Gotcha.
If any of you are wondering why or how, I think that was one of the things that we did that kind of tweaked that a little bit.
You know, the devil's in the detail, right? It's all these little small, it's little keywords, it's little buzzwords, it's little, you know, changes and moving this part to over here and this part over here. And you know, you're just working through all those dynamics to, you know, come out with the best person on the back end. And I know that that's what Jeff is working on all the time, is trying to find our, you know, what our audience is, what are the profile of our buyer, right? Who, you know, what does that profile look like? And then duplicate that and go after nothing but those people that fit that profile. And we will get there. You know, it's just, it's a slow, tedious process, but it will happen over time. So don't lose faith. Just keep up all the great work and everything.
I'm excited to hear any more success stories of leads that have signed up, if anyone has them. Those are fun to hear. So.
Well, you know, that's a good question. Anybody got any good news?
I finally got a good one.
All right, Abby, tell us.
Just doing the process, you know, just doing the process. How to change up a little bit about my approach, you know, not be so straightforward, you know, just chill out a little bit. But yep, I got a good one today who's serious, and a lady who has children, who wants to make money, a mother, and, you know, just going slow, putting her on the call tonight, little by little, 3-way call tomorrow, you know, just putting her through the process, but finally got a good one, a good bite. So I'm happy.
Well, that's fantastic. You know, guys, one of the things, I mean, I've heard from a lot of you is, as far as emails not being correct or phone numbers not being correct or anything like that. Who do I contact? And again, let me just, you know, say that the overage, you don't have to contact anybody. You don't have to tell me. You don't have to tell John. You don't have to tell Rick. You don't have to tell anybody. You know, we understand that a certain percentage of leads are going to be that way. It's just how it is. It's, you know, the rotten apples, right? And then having some ripe apples, some good apples. So it's just you're going to get some overage, and hopefully that'll make up for all of those things. And I've had, I don't know if it's the luck of the draw, but I've had all good phone numbers. I mean, I've had nothing but good phone numbers. And now I've had a lot of people that couldn't afford because of the pandemic, because of situations they wanted to, they really, you know, had a desire, but they've had to start at a much lower than they would have had it been another point in time in their life. So, you know, and that's just how it is. I mean, we're just going to have to live through all of that. And like I tell everybody, it's not where they start, it's just let's get started, right? Let's get started. Let's go make some money. Let's have a launch party. Let's get 8 or 10 of your friends together on a Zoom. Let us come in and explain who it is, what we are, what we do, and how we can help everybody, and do that launch party. So we've got some of those now starting to be scheduled. So John, buddy, why don't I turn it over to you?
Okay, fantastic. Well, I'm excited to see the back office as a way to help each of us manage our own leads. And I think you'll be able to see the communication that Tribe has with your prospect as far as what follow-ups that they are sending and stuff. So I think all that is going to be good. I still believe utilizing the app as your primary method to follow up because of the notifications driven and the amount of information that is on that app. I think that is going to be ultimately your best process. okay? A couple things I just have written down here as notes as we've gone through this here today is, understand that what we're doing here with the tribe, what we're doing here with this co-op, okay? This should be a part of your, if you think you can work cold market and you have, the strength and stick-to-itiveness and the skills to work to cold market, this I believe should be a definite strategy for you, okay? But if you're relying solely on filling your pipeline through the prospects that come through this funnel, that's simply not going to happen. Okay, this is a strategy to everything else that we do. It's an addition to everything else we do if you want to go out and really build your business. Okay, so I think that's an important note just to constantly remind yourself of. I think the other important note to remind yourself of is understanding the numbers. Okay, and I'm going to refer back to Rick's training on the green apple. Okay, and what that means is 80% of the leads are crap. Okay, and that's just the way it is. And I don't care what you do, how much you spend, how much you refine, how much you do whatever you're going to do, you can't control tire kickers. You can't control people wanting to get something for free. You can't control the serial sign-uppers that sign up for everything that's possible on the internet, right? It's just impossible. Okay, so somebody was challenging me earlier this week about this, and I believe what they've put together here and the way that they're doing it is as good as it gets from a standpoint of generating a cold market lead, right? Most cold market, 100% of it's crap, right? I mean, they don't know who you are. They don't remember doing anything. They've been called by 10 people this week. I mean, these are one-off, hot, real-time leads. Okay, so from a cold market standpoint, but let's just understand the numbers. If we go under the philosophy that 80% of the leads are going to be crap, they're going to be tire kickers, but again, we know that they still have value because they're adding to the power line. For the real leads, they're creating fear of loss, sense of urgency. They're filling that power line up, right? And who knows, what crap can turn into maybe something that looks good. You never know. You never know by constantly dripping on people. I think the other important note to remember is personal timing, right? Somebody, has something going on in their life. They think about, how many times have you looked at something on the internet, interested in it, but took months to actually make the decision to purchase, right? So understand that just because they haven't responded, just because they haven't engaged, just because they haven't signed up right now, doesn't mean they won't 3 months from now, right? The pipeline is going to, with a consistent strategy of using this as a part of your overall prospecting format, you're going to fill and build that pipeline, okay? And eventually it's going to consistently kick something out. So you need to be asking yourself, financially, can I afford this strategy? And the other thing that's going to improve the strategy is your own personal skills. And so, one of the things that, we talked about last week on this, and Chuck and I were joking about some of our past experiences in the old days and the way we built tremendous skills through cold market prospecting. I built my initial business within network marketing 100% cold market, and I built tremendous skills. Most people have built their businesses through warm market. The cold market is a new strategy, and it is a very difficult, it's a numbers game. And I joked about it with my daughter, Nicole. I was on with her after our call last week, and I thought about something. She was working the dialer, and going through a lot of numbers, and had this person on, and this person started cussing at her and swearing at her and calling her a bunch of bad names. And when she hung up, she was in the office with me, and she looked at me and she just smiled and says, I guess that was a no. Have fun with it. Don't take it personal. Okay. This is cold market, right? And so I think that's an important. So, and so thinking about these numbers of this 80%, right? So if you purchase 10 leads, that would leave 2 possible that might be okay. One might be good, but odds are you got a couple okay leads. You might luck out with one good one, right? If you got 30 leads, okay, or the $300, I guess that's more than 30 leads. I think that's 45, but just looking at 30 leads, 24 are crap and 6 are good, or 6 have potential. And when they have potential, that means that there's someone that may or may not have an interest. They're a real person that could or may not have an interest, depending on how good you might be able to translate and tell the story and convert them. Okay, so with that being said, I want to go back to another statement I talk about all the time, and that is people by people, right? Passion, posture, belief, enthusiasm about what it is you're doing, right? I mean, if you're, when you know that saying, every time you talk to somebody, you're either buying their story or you're selling your story, okay? And how good, I mean, if you go head to head with someone, whether it's a prospect or whatever, who's going to convince who? Right? It's whoever has the greatest level of belief, provided they're still on the phone. You know, I don't like network marketing. You know, nobody ever makes money at this. I can't sell. I don't care what the objection is. The better you get at helping them see it differently, right? Having that confidence and that posture, you can win here. You can do this. I don't care what your past experiences have been. This is different. You know, you coming across with that definite purpose, that excitement, that, hey, your energy in your voice is raising the level of the conversation. It's creating, hey, I better look at this. I mean, that's the thing. Fear, loss, sense of urgency. No one wants to miss out on something. You know, it's just not for me. I'm telling you, that's the biggest mistake you've ever made. I mean, you know, not just today, but probably so far this year. You're telling me no right now without even knowing what this is. I mean, that's the biggest mistake you've made this year, right? I mean, you need to understand what's going on here before you say no. You come across with that kind of posture, pump yourself up, listen to a tape, get yourself jacked up when you're doing these calls, because I can tell you the way your voice comes across makes a major difference on the reception you're going to have on that other line. Okay, I just know that to be true, and I see it in my own life. So and so along those same lines, you know, just constantly constantly be asking yourself, as I term it, the personal checkup. You know, how am I doing with my story? How am I doing with my confidence? How am I doing with my belief? How am I doing with when I get that lead? Am I communicating with them right away? Am I sending them a text message? Am I following up right away, or am I letting hours go by or days go by? Right? Be honest with yourself. Right? You know, do this personal checkup, because I do believe that this strategy is an effective way. I mean, I built my business through the cold market. Back in those days, the way you built through the cold market was newspaper ads. Well, that doesn't exist anymore. Okay, this is the newspaper ad, and I can tell you, you want to be a top networker, you need to develop your skills, and you need to develop your and this is a great way to do it. But be honest, you know, when I'm done with a call, I used to ask myself, still do, you know, what went good, what went bad, what should I have done different, what did I do good, you know, and what was the end result? And if the end result was good, remember what you did, because it worked, right? Constantly working on refining your skills, you know, again, coming across to that excitement and that confidence that every time you're talking to them, you're either going to buy their story about why it ain't going to work, or they're going to buy yours about why it is, why they should look, why this could be the answer, why they've never seen anything like this before, right? We've got something special here, right? And so just general feeling in that regard, and just, you know, constantly stay focused on this as a long-term strategy. But you know, you need to ask yourself and be honest with yourself if you're up for the task, right? If you're up to go through the numbers, right? And I know even Bill Ball, I was talking to him, he was super excited. You know, one of the business builders that he brought in, you know, he converted right away into that person's warm market. They did a launch Zoom, and I don't know how many they signed up. I know one signed up that the very first launch party, his cold market came in with a business builder, signed up he got that guy got his first business builder, which was in the warm market, right? So once somebody says yes, you know, once somebody's in, we convert back to network marketing 101. So anyway, that's Chuck, all I have. I just wrote a few notes down as I was listening and talking. You know, folks, you know, if you're going to do this strategy, be excited about it. right? Because people buy people. If you're thinking that, you know, you need to pick that phone up, you know, I think it was Bill Ball explained the lollipop concept, and although we need to probably come up with a different analogy, the concept is valid, right? You need to be that kid looking for that lollipop and excited about every pocket may have it in, right? And all of a sudden you're going to find it, right? And when you do, it's going to be excited. What do they say about luck? Luck is when opportunity meets preparedness. People talk about, oh, you know, gosh, Bill's lucky. He's got how many people signed up already? Well, luck is when opportunity meets preparedness. When you prepare yourself mentally, when you prepare yourself to be in the right frame of mind and prepare yourself with, the other thing I just want to, that popped into my head too, I was talking to Julie Litke earlier and a couple days ago, and Julie was talking about, I think like 3 or 4 people, Julie, you had in the pipeline. You had sent them the 30-minute overview webinar out of the thing, and she hadn't been notified. None of them watched it, right? Again, coming back to people, maybe personal timing, and who knows how busy their life is. You send them that text, they may have meant to, and they get 25 texts later that day, and all of a sudden that thing is buried, right? And so send them another one. Every time you send them a text to follow up, it brings it back to the top of their thing, puts them in front of their eyes. And what I suggested to her was send something short, right? Send the testimonial video on the app. There's the optimum testimonial video in the app, and just send them, hey, I'm not sure if you've been real busy, but this is just a quick little couple-minute video to see what the results people are having on our product. Boom. You know, now you tell them up front it's a couple minutes long, and they click on it. Now they watch that, and now they're going to go back to your text message and watch the 30-minute one, right?
Actually, today, John, sorry for interrupting, but this has got to do with exactly what you're talking about. I had a very good lead today, good phone number, phoned her, built a bit of a rapport, and this time I didn't follow the script. I used me, and it was more personable, and it's awesome because I sent the testimony video, and I also sent Beth Brennan's. She's watched them both 100% all the way through. And nice. I will be contacting her tomorrow morning. I just want everything to kind of settle in and not seem like I'm a piranha fish that's gonna attack her. So I'm very excited. And, you know, I've had, just to share a little more here, is I've had some very, very good leads to where they've gone to the 3rd level. And I've called them, some aren't so nice, they hang up, whatever, but you know what? Just keep going and persevere. And I'll just share a little bit too that I shared with John. Prior to network marketing, I used to sell Salad Master cookware. And I used to go door to door with a green apron on and a cooler full of like cabbage and carrots and ask people, do you want me to make you a salad today? I mean, whatever. I always got in the door.
It can't get much harder than that. I'm telling you, do you want me to make you a salad? Come on.
Yeah. So I'm excited.
And what you just said, Julie, too, is exactly what Abby echoed earlier. She just settled into it, relaxed, and you know, you know, I think if I understood you probably softened a little bit, Abby, right, on your approach there, and warmed up to him a little bit. She's given me the thumbs up. So have fun with the thing, experiment with it, and just you need to come across like, you know, you've got the deal. You've got the deal. I mean, think about that. When somebody talks to you about anything, network marketing, you know, a TV, I don't care what it is. If they come across, you just think, crap, I want that too, right? I mean, that's the feeling you want to leave them with. So,
no, guys, I sent out that little, you know, I still think it's a pyramid cartoon. It's a 4-minute cartoon. You know, I got 5 responses. I got 5 responses because they thought it was funny. You know, they sat there and they watched it and they go, oh, that's hilarious, you know, and I got 5 responses back again. So it's just, you know, keeping people in the loop. I've also found, John, that this is a good training port for those people that are kind of afraid to talk to their warm market. Now, they don't mind talking to a stranger. They can say anything they want to a stranger, right? And so they're getting, and one person in particular that I'm thinking about, he's getting real good at talking to strangers. Now he's gravitating back over to starting to talk to warm market again because he feels more confident, right? He's got better skills. He's learned a little bit more. He knows how the conversation goes. And so it's that training ground, you know, whether you're using the cold market to prepare yourself for your warm market or vice versa. So, you know, it's just, but use that cartoon. I mean, it's hilarious. And there's just lots of things out there. I put together a little email of 6 or 7 or 8 testimonials from those girls in the UK and Denmark, right? I just took all their links and I said, now, you know, I know that you don't understand what these titles mean. Let me kind of break it down for you. When they say double diamond, that's it. That means they're making between this and this. When they say triple diamond, that means that they're making between this and this. And so I just put that on there so people can just click on it at their leisure, and they go, 21, and she's what? 23, and what? You know, and they start reading that thing, they get more interested, and they go, geez, I want to do that, right? If they can do that, I mean, I heard Les Brown talk about that last night, you know, that if it's possible, you know, John is my inspiration, right? That, you know, now that I know it's possible to make the kind of money that he's made with Valentis, that just upped the game, right? That just upped the game for me. So I've got to, he knows I'm even working harder now. So, so I'm going after more fish, you know, some whales, and still have some other whales tucked away, but I'm getting to them too. It's hard to snag a whale. Hey guys, any questions that anybody might have?
Chuck?
Yes, sir.
I'd just like to add to it that, you know how many years I've been in this. I believe this program is the cat's meow. The nicest thing about it is every time I get up in the morning, I have a lead. And that just kicks you right in. Now, it may not be till 10 o'clock, it may not be till 11, but you get one. So that puts you, and you know what you're supposed to do. So you put it in gear and you get started. And the next thing you know, you're thinking about other things.
Right.
The second thing that's really neat about this, and I might share this with everybody because it worked for me. I have a good friend of mine. She absolutely is my daughter. And I asked her to go ahead and go through the funnel and do everything and download the book and everything, so she could give me her, you know, what she thought about it. And then what I did, and this is cool because it backs up what the other fellow was saying. All those emails that go out to these people that you don't have anything to do with, they're doing it. They're superb. They're excellent. It's like having a partner. So what I did with her, and you guys might want to do this, is find somebody that, you know, that when they get their emails, they'll forward them to you. So you can read them and you can see what's being sent out there. And there's several. There's not just one. I mean, there's a lot of work being done for you in this system that I really believe most people don't really see it, because I didn't until I asked my daughter to do that. So, you know,
it's very, very system driven. There's no doubt about it. Yeah. So, and it's only going to continue to get better. I mean, we'll continue to improve and improve and improve. I don't know about you guys, but I'm having a good time with my thermal perk. You know, it's been, and guys, we could have started a company just with that product, You know, forget about anything else that we have, but we could have started a company just with that product. And I had 4 or 5 bottles, and you know, I've talked about it so much to people. Now I'm out, right? I'm waiting for Dave to get inventory in there, put that up on the website so we can get some inventory. But yeah, great product. So anything else from anybody?
Yeah, hi Chuck, Todd from Australia. How are you?
Go ahead, Todd.
Just a quick one. Where can our new business builders get their personal tribe link?
You were kind of breaking up. John, can you?
Yeah, what he was asking is if you're, they're in Australia. So if you're out of the North America, you're talking about your personal warm market link, right?
Yes.
I would think that they would just go to the same website that anyone else would go to and, follow the process and the username. John Crim, what's that website again for your personal, to set up your personal link?
So if you,
Username.valtribe.com.
yeah, that's your personal funnel. But if you need to register for one, then
It's tribefunnels.com.
yeah.
What, John Cram, could you send out an email with just to all the tribe members, with all the different websites, with a one sentence explanation of what that website is for?
Sure, I could send something out that just explains.
Yeah, what each of all the websites and what they're for.
Yeah.
Just as a reminder for everybody.
Right.
Okay, sounds good, guys. I think that's all I have.
That's all I have. Great. We'll see you same time, same station next